Hello everybody, it's jBrereton here again. Another turn. Again, it's going to be a short video, but that's just the way of it at the moment. We've got a message from Caelum telling us that Vanheim's our close neighbour, which we already found out, but there we go. And we have a battle in Polgrave, which is the province I was building a fort in, so let's see how it goes. So you can see here he's got a few Hellheadlings, some Surf Warriors up front, and a couple of House Carls there. And we have, in terms of PD, quite a lot of heavy infantry and heavy cav, and then our archers. Archers yet to land much, but that will change. Here we go, got glamour already broken on this guy. Plus he's got the never healing wound trait, which means he's only going to regen 2 from now on, because his hit points are down to 17, even after blessing. And the PD are now just really holding them up. That's what they're mainly for, that's why I put them in the province. And let's speed it up a little bit. So both are doing about equal damage to the PD and these guys, but so be it. PD comes back, whereas these guys cost a fortune to replace. And Helheim gets routed. So that's good news. Got some damage out on his leader as well. He's going to survive because he's got regen stuff, but still could have landed infliction off that. And so we keep the province. It's good, means my fort goes up. It's fuck all you can do about it. And next turn is going to have a bunch of Arch PD, as well as these guys who are still going to be patrolling. Happy days. Over here, Nilkinnock is still defending this province along the PD. There's a lot more archers in this province, so if he runs a kind of similar sized group into here, should probably manage. Got some heavy cav, militia will just die. Light cav, maybe vaguely useful, and then heavy cav will do a little bit of blocking. Don't hold that much faith in them, but we'll see how it goes. And then capital, we have my new commander out here, along with some Sauromatia raiders. They are going to raid Darkwoods. I'm not entirely sure of the mechanics of it, but I'm hoping that it works on an absolute value of pillaging, and that we can bring the population down to 0. That'd be excellent, because that means that if he's bringing his troops through these provinces, he is going to have to start starving them, and as soon as they start starving, they get -5 morale. As soon as stuff gets -5 morale, it's much easier to rout squads, and as soon as his squads start routing stuff, the Helheim's in real trouble. Just because he relies on small groups of elite units. You can start pushing them back, then you can start on the counter-offensive. Hopefully Vanheim won't get any funny ideas about attacking me. Looks like he's putting a fort up in this province. So maybe slightly stalling on that, but his income is actually going to be really good, because he's got bountiful land, he's got Plothai that's going to be worth about 40, plus this province here, Peacehaven, probably worth again somewhere in the region of 30 or 40 gold per turn. Hopefully, I sent a message to Caelum about this, hopefully Caelum's going to leave this province alone for me, so I can take it and have a kind of buffer. Dragonscale Mountains I will attack at some point. I'm not going to do it just yet. The barbarians are going to be easy to take out. That's just a matter of bringing enough archers. But the heavy infantry, who are going to be guarding presumably some sorceresses or wizards, are going to be a bit more of a tricky proposition. Looks like Agartha might be building a fort here as well. It may or may not get raided by Vanheim. That's the kind of thing that's going to happen if you're on their border. But yeah, so, and up north we have Lanka found. Lanka is right by Caelum. Lanka probably do okay in a war against them. I hope they don't go to war though, frankly, at least for a little bit, because Caelum is kind of acting as a secondary threat to Vanheim just at the moment. Because because if I get rushed by Helheim and Vanheim, it's going to be a bloody short LP, because at that point there's really nothing I can do to stay alive. That's just the way of it. My Sacreds aren't quite good enough to fight his on a kind of one-to-one basis, and even if they were, he's gone for quite heavy bless with Nature 9, whereas I've gone for a pretty light bless, which gives him re and big and a bit of extra strength. Strength is nice and all, but it's not quite as good, frankly. But seeing as it's late fall, that means my Pretender God has a chance, albeit a low one, to start waking up in a couple of turns. And as soon as he wakes up, get him to research, hopefully get research in enchantment up to 3, and then he can start casting Strength of Giants on my guys. So as soon as Helheim starts getting into contact with them, they will potentially deal quite a lot of damage to them. Plus in combat as well, he's generally quite a strong option. His Flick Barbs, if nothing else, will do a lot of damage to Helheim's units. They inflict Mortal Poison. Mortal Poison is a I think a damage value of 15, and so that will kind of start chunking his units through regen, hopefully start racking up afflictions, or they have a lower chance of actually getting afflictions due to their regeneration. But who knows, it might all turn out for the best. Again, Vanheim attacks me, short LP. Helheim, I can kind of keep stalling, might be able to survive, kind of regroup, probably take some land back off him. So it looks like he hasn't actually expanded northwards very much. The provinces might not be worth much, but it's still going to be worth something. So hopefully I can wait out a couple of turns, get Neil Kinnock back on the offensive, and see what happens after that. Anyway, thank you for watching. I've been jBrereton. Cheers.